Okay, so now there's 3 cups of flour that I just finished putting in there. And I've already pre-measured this, so there's the 1.5 packages of yeast right there. And then 2 teaspoons of salt. So there's 1, and there's 2. So there. The thing is to thoroughly use a whisk, stir it so that it's all get mixed in all over the place, right? Now, just before I did that, I went to the fridge. I took out the yeast from yesterday. The other thing, I took it out. As you can see, it's still quite runny. I stuck it in the microwave for 1 minute at number 3. And you see now it's made it nice and runny again still. And it's relatively warm. See, that is about the consistency of what the dough should be like approximately when you're making the bread. Okay, so now, to save some film, turn it off till I get the hot water so I start mixing the dough. Okay, so I have the tap running, it's real nice and hot. I've had it running for the last minute or so. And I'm gonna do, even though it only shows to do 1.5 cups, I start with 2 cups because it's always good to have a little bit extra. I can always dump it later, right? So, here we go. There's the flour, and I'm gonna start pouring that in, sort of all the way around. I'll do about the 1.5 cups first and hold on to that in case I need it. And this is where the hard work is, right? It just, see, it's still a little bit too sticky, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more water. And that's about the right consistency right there. You can see how it's sort of very sticky. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, I'm gonna get that the mother load here, and I'm gonna just and I want to make sure to get it everywhere, so I take a little bit on one side and then put a little bit on there and put a little bit on there. Get the rest of it down here. The reason I'm doing that is so that it kind of gets spread evenly, because the dough is kind of sticky, so it's kind of hard to make sure. So by doing that, I know it's going to get pretty well everywhere. And again, the reason I heated it up a bit is so that it won't kill the yeast. Because if you had put it in from the fridge, it would have been too cold, would have affected. So there you go. That's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the rising process. And in order to make sure I maintain good temperature, I'm going to take a towel like I told you. And I'm going to put it in the microwave, heat it up, sit it on the stove, and then put this on top and get another towel, heat it up and cover it after I put plastic on. So just, that's
Stop it now.
We'll come back in a sec. Okay, so I just finished heating the one towel there. I put it in 2 minutes on high. I'm sitting that on there, and now I'm going to let that sit there. In the meantime, I'm going to do the other one and get that heated up. knife to get that little bit of dough from the spatula. Nice. And we're going to cover it with plastic. Sitting on that warm towel that I just finished warming up. And I'm going to sit it there, and that, well, will be ready very shortly. So I'll take it out and there, covered it up. And that's all. I'll see you in about 5 hours. Okay, so now it's been, about 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours of rising. And this is basically what it's looking like right now. You can see how nicely it's risen. Very bubbly. Right? And like I said, we're going to wait another, about a total of 5 hours. So what I've done in the meantime is I got some parchment paper, and I got a nice big bowl about the same size as what I put, and I put it in here like that. I kind of shape it, and because it bounces back, I put a whole mess of weights inside it like that, and I let it sit there so that when I'm ready to put it back in, it'll be shaped nicely. Talk to you a bit later. All right, so now it's just been about 5 hours and 15 minutes or so. It's around that time. Anyway, so take some flour, have a sheet like this. Now we're gonna get it nice and dirty, right? So, gonna pass around like that. Now, this is what the dough looks like at this time. Okay, and you can see it's kind of very runny. But that's fine. That's exactly what I want, to be honest with you. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it from here, like so. And we're gonna just let it lob right in there like so, look, see? Unfortunately, you can't smell it, but I can. I can still smell the sourdough. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to do some more flour and so like that. And of course get some on your
I'm
hand.
just going to say cut now. Okay, finish doing that. Finish doing the flour on it.
What?
Okay, cut.
Okay. So we're gonna gather it like so. As you can see, it's still quite runny, and that's fine. More flour in here.
It's the tiny glare from that light. There, I got it.
Just adding more flour so I can work with it easier. And now we're going to start folding it. Now you could use, if you have one of these, it would be ideal. If not, you can just use your hand. So I'll go a fold over like so. Again, always a bit more flour. You can't put too much flour, to be honest with you. Fold that way, fold this way. and just keep folding it as many times as you want to. The more the better, actually, because as you're doing that, you're actually creating air bubbles.
Okay, I'm going to say cut now.
Okay. So like I said, fold it as many times as you want to. Now we're going to shape it into a ball. And we're going to drop it in there like so. And we're done. Now what we're going to do is cover it up and let it sit for another 45 minutes or so. All right?